On this week's video here in the DBF Garage, we take this mill and we make it mobile. That's right. I'm going to show you guys a cheap, easy way to build a toolbox and a mount to hold up to 500 plus pounds. This thing is not light. That's all the onion had. Yeah, 22 foot bay with a piece of 20 foot tubing. Gets tight, but it fits. Basically what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take this 2 by 2 by 1/8 wall square tubing, and I am going to check out these. These are high dollar plans. Yeah, you see those? Paid somebody a lot of money to draw those up. I didn't. Anyways, we're gonna basically create a square, or rectangle, so to speak, and use this 2 by 2 rectangular tubing or square tubing to frame it out, and then we'll build some drawers inside of it, and then we're actually gonna sheet the outside of this thing with sheet metal and put kind of a faux tina, I guess, paint job on this thing, because the machine is used. I'm kind of into the patina looking stuff, and we're gonna make this thing look really, really nice and make it look like a giant turd at the same time. Yeah. Anyways, let's, I've got some measurements here. Let's get some 2 by 2 square tubing cut out, see if we can glue it together and build a box. Yeah, see, look at that. That'll give us a nice place for a big old fat bead to live. Like myself. I'm gonna tack together another one of these, and then we'll start buzzing this thing together solid. All right, now that we got the frame of the actual toolbox framed out and welded up, I'm gonna go ahead and take my DA sander and some 100 grit paper and go over these edges and just kind of buff them up, clean them up, so when we get ready to prep this thing for paint, we're not trying to fill these major grinding scratches. So let's get doing a little sanding on this thing. So here you can see kind of the before. See all those grinding marks? They're kind of ugly. This is the after. Started with 100 grit, and we're slowly working our way up to 180, and then I think this is a final 320 right around there. Like these little grooves right here, I need to come back in and I need to touch up with the welder. Kind of like those. But get the idea of where we're headed with this thing. That's gonna make for a super nice finish, I guess. Put a lot of work into a stand, but that's all right. This will be nice. It's gonna be here a long time, so might as well make it look pretty. So I'm gonna go back, spend the next couple hours just sanding my little heart out. All right, time's come. Let's cut this sheet metal up and see if we can build some sides and bottom and, you know, all the sheet metal work on this thing. So what I'm going to use is this Milwaukee skill saw. It's actually a Milwaukee, I don't know, sheet metal saw, metal saw. I don't know. It's got a pretty gnarly blade in it for cutting metal, but this will work pretty good. I could use my plasma cutter, but I'm afraid the heat from the plasma cutter might warp it. I don't know. We'll see how this does. We might have to bust out the plasma cutter, but for now, we're going to use this thing. So we'll throw the ear and eye protection on and get cutting. Go. So here's the plan. I clamp the sheet to the box on the outside. I'm going to take this here scribe, and I'm going to scribe me a line on all four sides, like so. And then I'm going to take the piece of metal off, and I'm going to take it over to my bender. We'll put a 90 degree. Here come the dogs. Put a 90 degree in the sheet metal, and then that way the sheet metal will lay inside of the tubing and leave a flush 90 degree on the tubing and the sheet metal. So let's get to marking, and we'll go over and bust the old pan brake out and see if we can get some 90 degrees out of this thing. Now in theory, we'll just go bend 90 degrees on all these lines, and it should just fit perfectly. One down. it's a tight fit. There we go. Gonna have to do a little grinding right here on the bottom. You guys get the idea. May or may not have made the bends just a little on the tight tolerance side. That's all right. Nothing a grinder can't fix. Yeah, you get the idea of it. That'll look nice painted up a different color than this outside. Well, I've got all the sides put on this thing. They turned out pretty dang good. Got a really nice fit all the way around. Pretty flat, so I think those are going to paint up really nice. So this is what I've built for the front door. Same material, I just did one extra step and I put another 90-degree bend on the edge here. That way when I weld the stainless steel on, it gives it just a little bit more structural support, basically, on the ends here, and it helps it be, you know, just a little bit more rigid. So as the door's opening and closing, you know, it's not boing, a little wobbly. So I'm gonna go ahead, get this hinge installed on the box itself, and then we'll attach the box to the hinge. And then after that, we can work on the top piece, see if we can get the mill mounted on this thing. I need to turn this box on its end. Boy, I don't hate that for a first shot tacking it into place. See if I can hold it up even right here on the bottom, but that's not a terrible fit. I don't hate that at all. Need to do just a little bit of trimming on the box itself right there, and maybe some hammer and dolly work on the door to keep it from rubbing, but that hinge can actually come in, oh, just a little bit, and that should just about fix the clearance on that side. So I'm going to clamp this thing down just a little bit to hold that hinge a little bit tighter, and I think I'm going to go ahead and tack that hinge in there. Pretty happy with that. Perfect. I really like that. So I'm by no means a really a sheet metal guy, but I'm pretty dang happy with the gaps on that thing. I mean, it's not no show car gaps kind of a thing. It's more of a SEMA show car kind of a gaps. Maybe a little better than that, but I think it opens and closes really well. I'll come around and I'll buff all these corners like I've done on here and finish them off really nice, but as of right now, I'm really happy with that. Got to figure out some sort of locking mechanism or latch on this, if you will. But I don't know, get on the old Amazon, see what I can come up with this evening and get that on order. All right, so my plan for this video was to get this thing built, painted, and basically put into use. Well, this video is dragging out longer than I thought it was going to, so I think I'm going to split this up into a two-part series, basically. So you saw me build the box, and I think next video I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do a patina paint job on this thing. And I'm not sure which way I'm going to go. I kind of want to do a Honda patina paint job because, you know, I'm a Honda guy, as you all know. Or I'm thinking some sort of retro industrial style like Caterpillar, John Deere, or the old International harvester. There's a guy on TikTok or Instagram that does it on old fridges, and it's just, I really like the way that patina paint job turns out on those, and I kind of want to try it on something like this. But got the casters. They sent me 3 out of the 4. Thanks, Amazon. You're great. But anyhow, once we get the 4th caster, we'll get this thing painted and get it assembled. Now, the question is, what am I going to do on the inside here with all this extra space, right? You know, I think what I've decided to do is I'm actually going to put a cooling system inside of this box, so when I'm using the mill or the drill press side of it, I can actually, you know, cool the bits with some coolant. So I'm going to have to build a reservoir, put some sort of pump system in here, a drain, all that. So I'm going to hold off on anything on the inside just for a minute. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and get this thing sanded down and painted. You guys will have to wait for an upcoming video to see how it turns out. But go down in the comments and tell me how you would paint this thing. Would it be old industrial style, old hot rod style, or the old school Honda? Basically kind of like the Christmas special blue with the red, white, and blue stripes on it. I don't know. Some reason that one's speaking to me. So anyways, thanks you guys for watching, and we'll catch you next time.